It's going. Good. Okay. Okay, so in chapter 21, we are going to talk all about numbers. So it can really be broken down into 3 sections. Roman numerals, cardinal numbers, and ordinal numbers. Do you know the difference between cardinal and ordinal? Cardinal counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Ordinal orders. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. Yeah. So let's start there, and then we'll finish with the Roman numerals. So in this chapter, there is a lot of vocabulary. A lot of vocabulary. So that's the main thing you're going to want to study is all of the vocab. Numbers are all adjectives, okay? So these are all adjectives. So that means that they have a feminine option, a masculine option, and a neuter option, right? It also means that they decline, okay? That's really overwhelming because there's a lot of numbers, right? Okay, so when we talk about cardinal numbers, except for 1, 2, and 3, cardinal numbers are indeclinable. So 1, 2, and 3 decline. The rest are indeclinable. That's a word we've never used before, right? But isn't it glorious? Indeclinable. That means they don't decline. There's just one way to say it. So if you have 5 horses, or 5 women, or 5 men, 5 of anything, it's just the same word. Okay? 1, 2, and 3 do decline. And again, there's the feminine option, the masculine option, and the neuter option. 1, unus, una, unum. 2, duo, dua, duum. 3, tres, tria. Now look. Unus only has a singular form. Why? Because it's just one of something. Yeah, it's just one of something, right? You can't say I have 1 horses. No, if you just have 1, whatever that 1 is going to be singular. 2 and 3 only have a plural option. Because if you have 2 of something, it's plural. If you have 3 of something, it's plural. Now we're going to look on page 118 to see how 1, 2, and 3 are declined. Okay? So when you are saying something like 1 horse, okay, horse is neuter, is masculine, so you would say unus equus. If you wanted to say 1 woman, una femina. 1 gift, unum donum. What about of 1 gift? Unius doni. 2 or 4 1 gift, unai dono. Okay, it needs to agree in number, case, and gender, just like all adjectives. And this is not necessarily normal. You see, this does not follow any kind of pattern. Some of them do. Unas, una, unam. That's right. Unius, unius, unius. That is not normal, right? Unai, unai, unai. That's not a normal dative ending. Unam, unam, unam. That's normal, right? That's what we're used to. Uno, una, uno. That's what we're used to. But these two in the center do not follow the normal patterns. Same with 2 and 3. Okay, some of them look similar. Okay, you're gonna see O-R-U-M, A-R-U-M, O-R-U-M. But then look, obus, abus, obus. That's like third declension. So these are very strange. Please note that for number 3, 3 men or 3 women, same form, because the masculine and feminine share, versus the neuter, if you want to say 3 gifts, is under the neuter column. So this is just a page you want to highlight, that you need to know. How do you decline 1, 2, and 3, because they're irregular. Now, what about the rest of them? 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. You don't decline them, but you still need to know how to say them. So quatuor is 4. So you'd say quatuor feminae, quatroi, quattror viri, quattror dona, right? But note that whatever 4 is, the noun would be plural, right? Because you can't have 4 of something and have it be singular. You know what I mean? Yeah. Quinque is 5. Sex is 6. Septum, 7. Octo, 8, like octopus. Novum, 9. Decum, think like decade. Undecum, 11. Duodecum, 12. And then so on. They give you just a few other examples. We certainly don't learn how to count any further than this. There's a couple examples. So quinque, pueri, 5 boys. Of 5 girls, you're still using quinque. Even though of makes it genitive, girls makes it plural, it's still feminine, it's still quinque. Okay? From 5 towns. Towns is neuter. The from makes it ablative, but again, it's still quinque because cardinal numbers do not decline except 1, 2, and 3. So that's cardinal numbers. Then we have ordinal numbers, which I think are easier. Okay. They do decline. So ordinal numbers do decline. Ordinal numbers put things into order. Okay, first, second, third. And they do decline as just normal first and second declension adjectives. Remember, first and second declension adjectives, just your normal A, US, UM, right? That's your A, AE, AE, AM long A. Okay, US, ERI, O, UM, OI, OR, UM, UMI, O, UMO. Okay, and so on. So just normal endings. Okay. So again, you know the endings. You know how to make adjectives and nouns agree. You don't know the vocab quite yet. So again, that's on page 119. We need to learn the vocab. So for example, first, prima. Primus, prima, primum. Second, secundus. Secunda, secundum. Third, tertius, tertia, tertium. Fourth, quartus, quarta, quartum, fifth, quintus, quinta, quintum, etc. And in your book, you're going to see your ordinal numbers: primus, secundus, tertius, quartus, quintus, sextus, septimus, octavus, nonus, and decimus. So those are all new vocabulary words, and we're going to try to remember that those just decline like normal first and second declension adjectives. So I think we can see just by this page, our normal amount of vocab is usually this. At the bottom, we have 3 times the vocab in this chapter. So we're going to be doing our vocab puzzles, our matching games, our flashcards, our vocab lists, our Quizlet games, all of those tools that are going to help us to remember this vocabulary. Okay, last but not least, let's do Roman numerals, okay? Don't forget about this vocab at the bottom that we need to go through, okay? There's a couple proper nouns: Britannia, Brythia, Helvetia, okay? Britain, Greece, Helvetia, which is modern-day Switzerland. But notice all of these vocab words are what? Declension. Regular first, a e, a e, long a, so that makes it very easy. All right. Last but not least, Roman numerals. Okay. So all you need to remember is 7 letters. I, V, X, L, C, D, M. They are always in this order. Okay? In the past, students have come up with an acronym to remember this order. The last class did I, very, especially, just go with it, love, cats, dat, meow. Okay, just go with it. I, very, especially, love, cats, dat, meow. If you have your own acronym, that's great, you can, but this helps us to remember the order. And then we're going to count by 5s. So 1, 5. 1, 5. 1, 5. 1. And then add your zeros. This is 1 and 5, 10 and 50, 100, 500, and then 1,000. This needs to be memorized. From there, it's just simple mathematics. Okay, a couple rules. The larger number goes first. Okay, meaning like VI. Okay, V is the larger one because it's 5, right? Versus I is smaller. It is only 1, right? And all you do is add the numbers together. So in this case, 5 plus 1 equals 6. So VI is 6. If, however, the smaller digit comes first, you subtract. So if it was IV, the I is smaller, right? It's only a 1. the V is larger at 5, so you subtract 5 minus 1, and that equals 4. Okay, we are going to do a lot of practice with this, okay? You can stack numbers next to each other. So if I wanted to do, say, 305, there's your 300, because it's 100, 100, and 100, okay? And then the 5. So this would equal 305. You don't stack more than 3 numbers next to each other. Okay. All right, let's do some examples with the Roman numerals. Okay, we need some practice with this. So, if you wanted to say 772, the goal is to use as few letters as possible. Okay? So you don't want to do 7 C's. C, 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 C. That's a no. Okay? No. That's way too many letters, and you don't want to do any more than 3. So how do you get to 700? Use the 500 plus 500 plus 100 plus 100, right? So now we have 500 plus 100 plus 100. So that equals our 700, right? Now we need to address the 72. So yep, Elizabeth, you said use the 50, which is an L. And then 50, we still need to get to 70, so let's do, yep, X, which is a 10 plus another 10, so now we have our 70, and then what's just 2? I, right? Which is 1 plus 1, and that's our 2 for 772. So form each place value individually. Let's try another one. MDCCLXXVI. Okay, before I start looking at this, I need to, I very especially love cats that meow. I need to have this here, otherwise it's too confusing for me to try to figure this out. Okay, are they in order? Meaning, is there any bigger letter that's after a smaller? No, they're in order. So then just start breaking it down by place value. So we know M is 1,000. Next place value, the hundreds. That's the D and the C's. So we have 500 plus 100 plus 100 is 700. Okay, now break down the tens. LXX. So L is 50. Notice I keep referring to my little cheat sheet here. X is 10, and another X is another 10. So that's going to be 50, 60, 70. Then your single digits, V and I, you have a 5 and a 1, which is 6. So you have 1,776. What happened in 1776? Yeah, good. Okay, that was just a very brief example, some very brief examples. I have a whole paper of practice that we're going to work on, and then make sure all of these words go into Quizlet.